Right now, everyone is watching you. Some are waiting to see you win, but many are quietly hoping you'll fail. They're watching how you carry yourself when the pressure rises, how you respond when the world whispers doubt in your ear. They want to know if you'll rise to the moment or if you'll fold under the weight of their expectations. And whether you like it or not, those eyes are on you. Think about it. Every choice you make, every step you take, is under some form of judgment. Friends, family, strangers, critics, they may not say it out loud, but they're watching. That's what pressure does. It surrounds you. It tests you. It makes you question if you're really built for this. And that moment, the one where you feel your chest tighten and your mind start racing, is exactly the moment that defines you. So here's the question. What will you do when all eyes are on you? Will you hesitate, second-guess yourself, and let the moment slip away? Or will you breathe, stand taller, and decide that their gaze doesn't control you? Because this moment, this stage, belongs to you. Pressure is a strange thing. It doesn't always show up as a spotlight or a cheering crowd. Sometimes it's the quiet glance of your parents, waiting to see if you'll live up to their sacrifices. Sometimes it's your teammates counting on you when the score is tied and the clock is ticking down. Sometimes it's your boss, your classmates, your peers, expecting results, expecting you to deliver, expecting you not to let them down. And when all of those expectations pile onto your shoulders, it can feel like a weight you can't shake off. Athletes know this better than anyone. One mistake on game day and the world labels them a failure. Students know it too. One exam can feel like it decides their entire future. Leaders carry it every day. One wrong decision and trust evaporates. The truth is, we've all been there. That moment when your heart is pounding, your hands are shaking, and the fear of messing up screams louder than the voice telling you that you're capable. So why do some people break while others rise? Why do some let the pressure bury them, while others use it as fuel? The answer isn't simple, but it starts with this. Pressure doesn't just test your skills, it tests your belief. It digs into your confidence, your preparation, your mindset. And if you've ever felt doubt in those moments, if you've ever laid awake at night replaying what could go wrong, you're not alone. That fear is human. But what you do with it? That's what separates the ones who fold from the ones who stand tall. What if I told you that pressure isn't your enemy? It's your invitation. Think about it. If no one expected anything from you, if no one was watching, it would mean you were invisible. But the very fact that eyes are on you means you matter. It means your choices carry weight. Pressure isn't punishment. It's proof that you've been chosen for this moment. Most people run from pressure because they see it as a threat. They feel the fear, the nerves, the doubt, and they assume it's a sign of weakness. But what if it's the opposite? What if the nerves are simply energy waiting to be channeled? What if the fear is nothing more than a signal that you're stepping into something important? The spotlight doesn't expose weakness. It reveals strength. It shows you what you're made of when the stakes are real. Reframe it in your mind. Pressure is not a weight that crushes. It's resistance that builds muscle. Every time you embrace it, you grow stronger. Every time you step into it instead of backing away, you teach yourself that you can handle more. And the more you handle, the more unstoppable you become. So instead of asking, "Why me?" start saying, "Of course me. Of course I was given this challenge. Of course I was trusted with this responsibility." The pressure isn't here to break you. It's here to prove you're ready to rise. And when you see it that way, everything changes. Doubt doesn't come knocking with a loud bang. It slips in quietly, whispering in the back of your mind, "You're not ready. You're not good enough. What if you fail?" And the more you listen, the louder those whispers become. Add in the voices of critics, the people waiting on the sidelines to see you stumble, and suddenly it feels like the whole world is rooting against you. But here's the truth. The loudest boos always come from the cheapest seats. The people who doubt you most are usually the ones who've never dared to step into the arena themselves. You. Yes, you. You know exactly what those voices sound like, because you've heard them before. Maybe they came from others. Maybe they came from within. And every time you've listened, every time you let them sink in, they've stolen a piece of your courage. But ask yourself, how much longer will you give them that power? Look at history. The greatest athletes, leaders, and creators all had critics. Michael Jordan was told he wasn't good enough. Oprah was told she didn't belong on television. Every person who's ever stood for something bigger than themselves has been doubted. The difference? They chose not to fold to whispers. They bet on themselves when no one else would. So here's the challenge. Will you keep letting those voices write your story? Or will you rise, not for their applause, but to prove to yourself that doubt doesn't own you? You own you. All eyes aren't only on you when you're standing in the spotlight. They're on you in the quiet moments, when no one's clapping, when no one's watching your grind. The truth is, the world doesn't just measure you by how you perform when you're strong. It measures you by how you act when you're tired, when you're tempted, when you're weak. That's when the real test happens. Think about it. Champions aren't made on game day, they're revealed. The real work happens in empty gyms, in late nights at the desk, in choices no one else sees. Every rep, every study session, every moment you chose discipline over comfort. Those are the hidden victories that eventually show up in the open. And the reverse is true too. Every shortcut, every excuse, every time you said good enough, it adds up. One day, when the spotlight finds you, the truth of those private decisions will be exposed. So don't fool yourself into thinking the little things don't matter. Every move counts. Every choice is stacking up, either preparing you for your moment or stealing it from you. And when the time comes, when the world is finally watching, you'll either be ready or you'll wish you had been. They doubted you. They laughed at you. They pointed fingers, waiting for the moment you would fall. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. And now it's time to turn all that doubt into fire. This is your dare. Step into the moment and show them who you are. Not with words, not with promises, but with undeniable proof. Show them the strength they underestimated. Show them the resilience they didn't believe you had. Show them the grit that kept you moving when everything in you screamed to quit. Because the greatest revenge against doubt isn't anger, it's excellence. The greatest response to laughter is success. Don't shrink back. Don't hide your light. The world has seen enough hesitation, enough fear. What it needs now is someone bold enough to rise. Someone willing to declare, through action, that no amount of judgment or expectation will hold them down. That someone is you. So take the stage, embrace the pressure, and shock them. Shock them with your focus, your consistency, your refusal to fold. Let every eye watching witness the truth. You were never here to blend in. You were here to stand out. Even under the brightest lights, mistakes happen. You slip, you stumble, you fall short of the image you wanted to show. And in that instant, it can feel like the eyes watching you are filled with judgment, waiting to label you a failure. But here's the truth. Every champion, every leader, every success story you admire has stood exactly where you stand. They've felt the sting of failure. They've heard the silence after a misstep, and they've chosen to rise anyway. Failure doesn't define you. Quitting does. A stumble doesn't erase the work you've put in. It's simply part of the path. Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's fuel. Because if you spend your energy punishing yourself for every mistake, you'll have nothing left to keep moving forward. So, when the spotlight feels harsh, remember this. It's okay to stumble. It's not okay to stop. Yes, all eyes are on you. Every step you take, every choice you make, someone is watching. But instead of letting that pressure crush you, Let it remind you of who you are. You are not here by accident. You are not fragile. You are built for this. Every sleepless night, every sacrifice, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, it all prepared you for now. When the world watches, you will not fold. You will rise. You will rise with courage, with discipline, with fire in your soul that no critic can dim. The doubts may still whisper, but your actions will scream louder. And when people look at you, they won't just see someone surviving the spotlight. They'll see someone owning it. So stand tall, breathe deep, and remember this: all eyes are on you. But that's not a burden. That's your stage. Own it. The end.